All right. That's short and sweet.
Just making stuff up.
Yeah. Now, welcome to the basement. That's BASSmint. Welcome to those who watching from around the world and around the country and in the state of Michigan. Tell us your name, sir.
Eric William Markley.
Eric William Markley. Now, you kind of like a basement alumni, and we finally getting to do this interview with you. My name is Ivan Eric Williams.
I love it.
And you're Eric William Markley. So we kind of like chain link right there in the Eric William category. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Now, before I get this interview started with you, we're gonna introduce the rest of the people that's hanging out in the basement. Tell us your name to my left. What's your name, brother?
Oh, Buckaroo Holmes.
Welcome to the basement, Buckaroo. Next to him, tell us your name.
Tim Blackman.
Another Detroit bass player next to him, tell us your name.
DeAndre Julie.
And Augusta, Georgia bass player, came all the way from Augusta just to hang out with us in Detroit, well, really to hang out with his family. But I caught him in Detroit, finally, one of my former students. And then to my right, tell us your name.
My name is Wolfie.
And next to him,
Mike Wolf, his son.
the creator, Wolfie, the creator of the Wolf Bone. Right. Go to wolfbone.com. You see what we're talking about. But we're going to interview him later, so don't worry about it. Next to him, tell us your name.
Skip Sirens.
Welcome back to the basement, Skip. Another Detroit bass player. And tell us your name.
Dean Strong, admirer of bass players.
And a keyboard player. We're going to be doing an interview with him as well. And next to him, tell us your name.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Gary?
How you doing, Gabby? What's your last name, Gabby?
Garrett?
Hey, Gabby Garrett. What kind of instrument do you play?
The piano?
All right, so we're going to be interviewing you one day. The two piano. This is the piano section right here.
It's missing me right now.
And next, on the behind me, tell us your name.
Andrea Julian, mother of DJ over there, instrumentalist with woodwinds.
All right. And next to her,
Donovan Julian, DJ's father, and I play video games.
all right.
Honesty.
Okay, sorry about that, all those long intros, Eric, but we got to do it, man. So my first question, I know you're a multi-instrumentalist, but my first question is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
Oh, that's a great question. There's a lot that goes into it, but I'm going to kind of give you the short version. An album came out in '73, and my older brother was really into music, so much into music that he wanted to try and design a set of speakers himself. He did. The point being, I used to sit around and listen to Dark Side of the Moon a lot, and really got enamored of not just all the other instruments themselves, but the sound of the lows, that feeling in your chest, in your feet, that sensation of whenever it would come on, play. That feeling I always was attracted to, and I think that's the main reason I decided to go ahead and start playing. I was 7.
Okay, so was that your first instrument, the bass?
No, it was not actually. That is.
That, folks, is called a keyboard or piano. So you started with piano, and fast forwarding to today, you play with a group, and you don't play bass.
That's true.
What do you play?
I play keyboards and guitar, respectively. I also sing a little bit.
Okay, so I always wanted to know. I know that you actually have education in music. You study Like, where did you go? I mean, when you started playing when you was 7, but you kept it up, and then high school, did you play with anybody and all of that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. Gosh, that's kind of a long story, but
We're gonna keep them. We're gonna tell the shorter versions.
my dad is the reason I'm a musician. It's in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes from his side. Well, actually both sides, believe it or not. The whole school thing, I played in lots of different bands. But the one that really kind of stood out for me was my experience at the Center for the Arts and Sciences in Saginaw, Michigan. I was the only white kid in the class, but that was great because it was, I was being thrown in not only to the deep end of jazz but life. So it was a really rewarding experience that we with the band. By the time we were finished with what we did, we were so tight that we took like most of the trophies in the high school jazz competition, the Sunny State competitions that they used to have, the annual high school jazz festival competitions. It was some pretty amazing stuff. Dr. Billy Howell was, I'm gonna miss him. I'm kind of sad that he's gone now, but he was a great influence, along with my father, on my musical upbringing.
Okay, so after high school, did you continue your music education?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think everything that one experiences can be translated to music in one way or another. But I have a degree in, I have a Bachelor of Arts from Saginaw Valley State University on the string bass.
That meaning upright, double bass?
Yep.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then I also got a chance to spend fairly recently, 2005, fairly recently I was privileged to be able to spend 2 weeks with Dr. Mark Morton at the American School of Double Bass in Bexley, Ohio. That was unbelievable because we had like 30 upright basses in one room and we're all playing the same piece. It was the biggest low end I think I've ever experienced, at least acoustically. No amplification. It was brilliant.
Yeah, that's got to be awesome, man, for you to be just all of these the education of the bass guitar. That's got to be awesome, and then you turn around and throw it all the way on guitar and piano. That's got to be awesome.
It's music is my life, and even though it kind of sometimes runs me crazy a bit, I really wouldn't have it any other way.
Right now, you guys, you and Skip, you guys, you still live together out there in where was it?
Shelby Township.
Yeah, Shelby Township, and you guys play in a group called Chosen by Fate. I haven't ever seen you play, but I hear you guys are pretty awesome. What kind of music is that you guys do?
It's neo
psychedelic experimental rock. That's basically what we call
Okay, so the only way we'll be able to officially know what that sounds like
Is to hear it.
is folks, you got to go see Chosen by Fate, a Michigan group. They have a Facebook page. You guys have a website too?
Correct. Chosenbyfate1.com.
Yeah, and go check them out, and then support your live music, folks. Please support it. Take your cell phone so you can film it, since if that's the only way you get to come out. Also, man, who are some of your what kind of basses that you got right there?
This is a PRS. I'm actually on loan from Skip right now because, I unloaded a few of my basses to upgrade my guitar rig, which is only a temporary situation. I've still got a couple of basses, but I wanted to come here with the 4-string, so I borrowed Skip's PRS.
Hey, Buckaroo. I can hear that, Drew.
Oh, you can? Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody jibbity and everybody gotta have these little sounds going in the background for some reason. I don't
I
get
think
it.
it's the musician mind. It's always working.
Yeah.
Because I have the same problem.
Yeah, I know it's tough, man. I'm gonna hurry up, y'all. Just bear with me. Next question. What I wanted to ask you was, who are some of your favorite bass players?
Oh my God, where to begin? Well, obviously I like Pink Floyd's bass. It's simple, but direct, and always purposeful.
What's his name? The dude.
Roger
Well, Roger Waters
Yeah.
was the guy that played live. A lot of the album stuff was played by Dave, but you know,
Like
They're
one
still
of, these
both-
one of these days was half Dave, half Roger, both of them playing divided tracks.
exactly.
Who else?
Well, that guy's amazing right there, Jaco Pastorius. I like Geddy Lee. I like Roger Glover. I like the Ox, also known as John Entwistle from The Who. I also like Christopher Squire from Yes. I mean, some of those bass lines are just amazing. He's all over the place.
Usual suspects. Those are the classic
That's old school
bass
because I'm old.
guy. Yeah, I'm the same way, man.
But don't get me wrong. That's only a small portion of the number of bassists that I appreciate.
Right. I mean, the list could go on and
Larry
on.
Graham is one of my more recent acquisitions, at least in terms of a lot of technique. The mid '90s, I was in Detroit for the first time with a band called Mixed Generation. Hey, what's up, guys? I learned a lot about the funk, slap, pop thing from that period, even though I had some of it from before. But when I immersed myself in it was when I learned a lot about it. And I really appreciate that.
And-
As well as a lot of other genres, many genres of music
Of
that
the
I don't like.
of the three instruments that you play, bass, piano, guitar, which one is your fave, if it's such a thing?
There really isn't, because they all have their place, but if I had to choose right now, I would have a hard time between guitar and piano, because they're so expressive melodically. Not that bass isn't.
Right.
But
I mean, if you
depends on the genre you're talking
really think about it, the bass is absolutely verbatim a melodic instrument. Every note that he does is
Depends
a
on
melody. You
Depends
know.
on what's happening
Right.
above it.
Exactly.
Will make it more or less of important
Okay.
in terms of the entire thing.
So
That's the genre.
as far as the piano is concerned, what is it that you like about playing it? That you can just chord, you can do it. It's like you can do everything on it, or what?
Yeah, it really is an all-around instrument. You can go from, if you learn piano, if you can learn piano, you can learn any instrument in the world. I firmly believe it. I think my main reason for loving it so much is because I can walk up to it and write something. It's there.
All right.
Whether it ends up being played on a guitar or a bass or whatever the other instrument is, I can sit and write the arrangement, chords, melodies, right there.
Right, bass lines, melodies, and chords all on one instrument with ease. I mean, you can do it on the bass too, but
That's exactly right.
but not like the piano. The
Yeah.
piano is an awesome instrument, but not as awesome as the bass, as far as I'm concerned.
Right on.
And the guitar. What's so special about the guitar?
Well, the first time I heard David Gilmour play the solo or the opening line of "Shining You Crazy Diamond," I fell in love with it. His tone is just unbelievable.
That is awesome. I like all three instruments myself. I teach all three instruments. Anybody interested in lessons? BITmusiclessons.com. The BIT stands for Big Ive Teaches musiclessons.com. Now, I had to plug myself because I'm going to ask you, do you teach, being an educated musician, do you teach yourself?
Yes, currently I don't have any students, but I'm always looking.
Okay, so folks, if you want guitar lessons, bass lessons, and piano lessons, contact this guy. We're going near the end of this interview. We're gonna give you all his contact information. The guy is awesome. I've seen the videos. I've heard him. He knows a lot about music, so you know he'll be able to help you out, especially if you want to do psychedelic, original rock. What else Skip said?
Classic rock, punk, pretty much we play everything but country, and we have done that. In fact, when me and Eric first met, we were in a country band together.
Okay,
with his cousin.
So, folks, I don't think genre has anything to do with teaching, but again, you'd be able to contact. We have his information up in a minute. Now the thing is, I ain't really want to keep you, man. You've been coming and supporting this show just like Buckaroo. We got a new supporter, and what's his name again? Tim. And my old ex-student from Augusta, Georgia, he's been supporting the show, watching it. Dean's been watching it, I think. I don't know. We'll find out when I interview him. Skip, I know he's a supporter. And Wolfbone here, when we pulled up, he was outside, and then I got out the car, and he's like, "You're big, man." Now he didn't mean my 300 pounds big. He thought I was like, "You're a big time dude," you know. So I appreciate his support too. So
why don't you tell him about Classic Graffiti?
Oh.
I mean, that band was amazing.
Okay, well, the background real quick. It was a 7-piece instrumental, experimental music, no vocals, all instruments. And the guy that was originally writing for us, Dr. Uni Law, played violin and wrote most of the arrangements, at least in the beginning. This was before I joined the band. And then 10 years down the road, after we'd been through a bunch of different lineup changes, it turns out one of our last gigs together funded the Saginaw Bay Youth Orchestra, and it still continues to be going today because of that. So
that's
it's a
awesome,
really
man.
cool thing, man. Todd Bethune, Bethune, would be the guy to contact about getting further information about Classic Graffiti,
okay,
if anyone's interested.
all right. You got any pictures or anything?
He might have some. I'm sure we would have some probably pictures and possibly even video.
And they just got put into a movie too.
As a matter of fact, yeah, that's right. The Sagan Addict film has some of our music from the past on it.
It's about addiction. It's an addiction thing about people addicted to drugs in Saginaw and how they deal with life and all that. And they made a documentary on it, and their music was featured in it.
That's important.
Okay, so if we wanted to get in contact with you and maybe take some lessons or just keep up with you and your current musical endeavors, how can we get in touch with you, brother?
There's a bunch of different ways. You can either contact me by phone. Should I give them my phone number? I don't mind doing it.
No, they contact you and get your phone number from your...
You can contact me on Facebook at facebook.com/Eric William Markley. You can also send me an email to ezrogue1967@yahoo.com. And if you're interested in information about the band, that would be chosenbyfate2013@gmail.com.
And the website, again?
Yep, that would be www.chosenbyfate1.com.
So, like I said, man, I ain't want to keep you or nothing like that. Plus, I got to interview your boy Skip. We're going to interview this cat right here, too. We're going to interview this cat. Is it anything that you would like to say in closing before you play us out?
Well, I was thinking about that, and I think the best thing for me to do is just play out, because I speak better with music than I do with my mouth. well said, or well about to be said.